right, all you night readers, welcome to Tarot Night's super special anniversary extravaganza edition. Oh my, that's a mouthful. We are doing, not only are we having our anniversary extravaganza, we are doing a collaboration with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Say hello.
Woo woo.
There you go. And I hope you guys can hear her. Please let me know if you can or can't. If you didn't hear her say something, let me know. And we are going for 90 minutes. So keep that in mind. I am going to bring you all in.
Yay.
Over here. Donations are going to get read first, obviously, because there is going to be, I'm hoping, a lot of people here tonight, and we're going to try and get a lot of good readings in. We'll do 2 cards each. I just think that's, unless you want to go crazy and do 3.
Whoa, I don't know, man. It is Friday night after all.
Friday night.
Let me see what 3 cards looks like.
I know, that's what I was looking at before.
Yeah, I want to see. As long as everybody can see, that's fine with me. I think the more cards, the merrier, man. I love information.
Squeeze them in. Your camera.
Yeah, mine fits.
Yours fits. Mine is close, but I can squeeze them. I'm
squishing your head. I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing your cards. I'm squishing them. Oh my God, we're gonna have fun. Oh, hey Kayla, how are you? Hey. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes, Kayla is here. Oh, it's good to have everybody here.
Everybody, Yvonne, Lisa, I'm so glad I get to see you on the. Well, I'm not seeing you, but you know what I mean.
we get to see their little picture down here.
That's true. That is true. Profile pictures are everything online, right?
That's what I tell everybody. I gave them all a job. I asked everybody, please put your profile image as your picture. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah, it's better that way.
Nice.
Hello, Yvonne and Lisa and Hani and Jane, Wicked Fairy, Virgo, Royal Girl, Selena, Jessica. How are you, Little Light? Good to have you, Christina. Nice to see you. CJ, Freedom. Hope your mom's doing okay. Anya, thank you already for the donation. I did get that, so thank you so much. Bartman, thanks. Good show today for you. And dun, 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 dun. Bartman.
Oh man.
Kayla, it's good to have you here. And hey, Maggie Polo, nice to have you. My friend from Germany
Germany. I have German roots that I know very little about, but my grandma was Dutch German. And that's not German, I realize, but I don't know the whole thing. But that was on her side is where the German is. So it's kind of far removed, but it's in there.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Maggie comes to Germany by way of Poland.
Ooh.
So.
My kids, their dad, we're divorced now, but his grandma was from Poland. They were Kaminskis, and so my kids have some Polish in them.
Yeah, there you go. So Anya, thank you so much for your donation. That does, of course, put you right to the top.
Yeah, stepping on up.
All right. I tried to make it so that your picture was before mine. I was going to have you on the left and me on the right.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't allow it.
Ladies before gentlemen kind of deal. But I'm just happy we can hear each other.
I know. We were having technical difficulties before the show. We were having a hard time. I was having a hard time hearing. Yeah. We figured it out, though, because we're IT support, right?
Yeah, that's it. We have to be all the support. Anya says her grandparents were Polish.
Really? My family name, my maiden name is Shoemate, And I did a whole bunch of work on ancestry after my grandmother gave me some of her family tree. Long story short, the name Shoemate, which does not sound particularly fancy, it used to be French, and it was de la Chaumette. And I'm like, how beautiful. And then you turn it into Shoemate, you know, I'm like, the Americanized it. And I'm like, man, I'm going to say Chaumette because that's much more cool.
Something you put in your shoes to stretch them out.
Oh God! As a kid, people would say, "Is your dad a shoemaker?" And little kids are such little jerks. I couldn't think of a good word that wasn't swearing. All right, I'm sorry. I'm focusing on telling my stories and not on shuffling. So let me see. Next week for Anya. Okay.
Yeah. So how will next week be, Anya? Anya, next week is going to be a lot of hard work. There's going to be a lot of things. You are going to have to be determined to get through it, because that's what it's really going to take. I think you are hoping that things are getting better. You're looking for some faith and some healing. And I think that's towards your dad for sure. But I do see that there is a big change coming, some type of change, something big. And, I'm hoping that goes along to continue on with Denise's reading. So
I was just going to say, I feel like it's like following along, because when you were saying like the big change there with the tower, it leads right into the world. The world, that's the wishes fulfilled card. That talks about anything being possible. Sometimes this pops up when you have kind of about when you're doing a lot of traveling. I don't know if you're doing a lot of driving, things like that. It kind of comes up when there's a lot of traveling going on. But it's going right into our Eight of Pentacles, which talks about paying attention to the details, really staying focused. And, if you do that, as much as, the change is coming and all that, pay attention to what's going on around you. Because we have the Magician coming up right behind the Eight of Pentacles. And our Magician, this is the card we all want. This is the manifestation card. This talks about making things happen. This talks about creating things. It's a bit of an emotionally charged card, so it might be something going on as, following along Night Reader's side. It might have something to do with something that's very emotionally charged for you. But it does look like you are going to be you're being asked to be paying attention to things and, really being ready for this. You might get some travel. There might be some travel going on next week. And I don't mean you're going to take off on a cruise ship. Well, maybe that'd be awesome. But it seems like there's going to be a lot of travel just, locally and things like that going on here.
Yeah, we both had the Eight of Pentacles.
Oh, I didn't even notice you had it. You're right.
Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness, that means a lot, Anya. Yeah. So that means you need to be paying attention this week. You need to be paying attention.
Yep. You're going to have to push yourself a little bit to get going, I think. A little bit.
But then I think it tips, because on my side, it started to look like it was taking off, So whatever that tower moment is over there, that's what's going to be like the impetus that gets things moving. So it's a good change, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, Anya. Thank you for the donation.
Yep. Thank you very much.
I hope that helped.
Yeah. Big changes do not necessarily mean bad changes.
Yeah, I think it's a good change.
Right.
I think it's a good change because you had the Magician. You can do it, Anya. You can do it. Oh,
Yvonne, it's nice to have you here always. Always good to see everybody, of course. The Night Reader Tarot family of friends.
Yes. Do you guys remember when I used to moderate every night or every day, whichever it was for a while? I didn't do nights very long. I moderated for quite a while, though, in the day.
Yeah, when we did tarot days and nights.
Yeah.
This show has been through so many changes in this 1 year.
But you got to fine tune and tweak and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I have to look and see what you have. Oh, okay.
Let me look at yours. I can't even see. I have a hard time with my glasses because I look at Well, it doesn't matter. I can't wear them while I'm looking at the screen. Ooh, I'm seeing what you've got. Ooh.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Thank you.
Nothing to see here, folks. All right. So your question is regarding the family.
Yeah.
You said things were not going to change anytime soon, but can you tell me what the police or prison means in the previous readings?
So,
look at that. I got the world again. Ooh.
So Wednesday we did Lenormand, and I got the tower in Lenormand. And the tower in Lenormand does not mean the same thing as tarot.
Yeah.
So it did mean, though, that there is a large, some type of large institution. And it really felt to me on Wednesday night that it had to do, she and Lisa both got the same card. And it really felt like it had to do with jail or something to that effect. Somebody getting in trouble, but not for a long time, because I think child was with it, and child means short term or something small. So it was maybe they got arrested one night and then get let go, out on bail or whatever, but somebody was getting in trouble for something.
Okay.
So that's
there's a little bit of a lead up. I see.
There's a little bit of a story to this.
Yeah.
So what am I getting? I am getting you and the family, of course. You and the larger. I don't have my hands so wide because the screen is tiny. Wait, let's see. There. The larger Farrell family. not your little Farrell family, but the big Farrell family as we look at them. Are really working together and trying to work better and better together to get things right, to make things right, because somebody is coming along and is going to be judged for something that they're doing isn't right. They know it's not right, and they know they've gotten in trouble for it, and now they're going to be judged for it. What does this do to you? What does this mean for you personally? Well, it means that you are carrying this. You're carrying this heavy load, right? You have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're not sure exactly which direction to go. So that's what I'm getting. And then
well, I'm seeing that in a strange way. I do think that whatever is kind of like the negative situation, all that, in a strange way, it is bringing some of you together. We have the Two of Cups. In a romance question, this would be very clear as to what it means, but this doesn't have to be about romance. Cups is feelings, emotion, people who are close to you. So this appears, though, as whatever's going on, whatever's in the works, I think it's going to strengthen your relationship with somebody in the family. And then, I'm sorry, my dog was doing something. I was distracted. I have the world again. And I heard Night Reader say you feel like you kind of have the world on your shoulders. But what this world is popping up, when he said that was in a figure of speech, whereas this card, this talks about anything being possible. So whatever it is that is going on, whatever that institution, that jail, that prison, that kind of a thing, this might be an opportunity. I think something's going to change. I think there's either going to be like anything is possible, like a probationary hearing, or okay, you can do this much community service or whatever. But whatever it is, the anything can happen card is also talking about travel. If you heard me in there, this might be, that's why I'm saying it's going to be something like community service. It's going to be like a program, something like that, because we have our Page of Swords right here. And the Page of Swords is telling me that we're going to find new ways of communicating. We need to be adaptable. We need to be able to figure out ways that we can connect. I think the rest of your family, I mean, at least two of you are feeling kind of like this kind of brought you closer. But yeah, I mean, I don't, at least what I'm seeing here, following along the lines of your last reading, I think you're going to be surprised that it's perhaps not jail time, but it's something like a community service or, something like that I was talking about. And that's going to change the way you communicate to people.
So I'll tell you a quick back history. Quick. The Two of Cups. She always gets a love card.
No way.
Every reading, she gets a love card, and that is her ray of sunshine. And her ray of sunshine is her husband.
There you are. My goodness, that is it.
He is her biggest supporter. And when she is looking to fall back on somebody,
there you are with your husband right here on this card on the beach, man. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, her ray of sunshine is always there for her. So.
Nice. Oh, that's the best husband.
Yep. So she gets a love card all the time. We're doing readings that are about all kinds of different things. The next thing you know, the Lovers pops up or something else.
Yeah. Nice. Well, then that makes sense, because what I was getting was that it might be, you and one of your sisters, or, maybe, I mean, I just know how close you are with your family.
Yep. Somebody else donated, and I don't know who it is, and I haven't seen anything that says somebody donated. So if you donated, please let us know. Yeah. Or if it was just a thank you, and hey, great job for a whole year.
Yeah.
I can't believe you lasted.
Definitely a great job. Ooh, Bartman saying the United States of Tarot. That is a no-go, huh? No-go? I haven't even heard of it, seen it.
Tarot Oracle did a video on it today, an unboxing.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But Bartman did, and he says that is a do not buy.
Controversial how? Like political crap, or it's just dumb, or...
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not interested in that. I'm kind of mad at the United States. Last 4 years, man. But let's just leave that there.
Yeah.
All right.
We're moving away. Look out, Canada. Here we come.
That's right.
They won't find us there.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So whoever donated, if it was for a question, please feel free, post your question up there and we will get to it right away. Otherwise, if it was just a little gift for us, thank you so much. Because, of course, anything we take in tonight. CJ, it was you.
CJ. Hey, thank you, CJ.
Yeah, CJ's got... Okay, so I made a request earlier in the week that everybody change their little profile picture to their own picture. If they haven't, if they didn't have one already there, right? But CJ always has this great picture of roller skates.
Roller skates.
Yes. So
I used to love roller skating.
I could never do it. I was
I wasn't like doing tricks or something, but I was certainly better than I would be now.
I was able to let go of the wall eventually.
There you go. I could skate backwards pretty good.
Somebody was pulling me. All right, CJ. So you'd like a love reading.
Love boat.
Soon we'll be
making another run. Oh, man.
Oh, we are old.
Night Reader and I are around the same age. Yeah. So I'm older than you, right?
No, she's younger than I am.
Oh, I'm younger than you? Oh, yeah. Well, he and I are from the same era. And we know all the great 80s stuff and all that. I thought I was older than you.
No. Nope.
You're just trying to pretend you're older so that you can be cooler than me.
You just turned a larger birthday. You just turned
I just turned 51.
Yeah. And
on October 9th. So
he's 54.
Oh, we're the exact same age practically. So
yeah, in a couple weeks.
When you're an adult, it doesn't, when you're a kid, a few years makes a big difference. But once you pass
3 and 11 months, thank you.
There you go. All right, CJ. Ooh.
CJ, the love reading.
Love reading.
Love reading is not starting off so wonderfully on my side, I have to say. I just feel like you feel alone. Why do you feel so alone? What is it that's going on that just doesn't make you feel like there's anyone there for you? You feel like you've lost something, or you're at a loss, and you have to protect yourself, right? You've got your walls up. You kind of are very sensitive, and you're looking out for yourself, because apparently something has happened in the past. Something has happened that's made you feel, or left you alone, and now you don't want to get hurt again. Who does, right? Whoever wants to get hurt again? So you need to take some time out for yourself. I think before a new relationship starts, just take a little bit of time for yourself to do something for you. Make sure it's something you like, something that you're going to be happy doing, and something that you're going to feel good about for yourself. All right, that's
you are not going to believe this, because this is completely confirming what he just said. Look at this card. Do I need to say more? He said spending time by yourself, finding what makes you happy. This is our Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, this is about, being surrounded by a small paradise, of your own making. Look at her. She's sitting there reading a book. She's got her wine. She's, got a pentacle tree and all that great stuff. So this is somebody who is feeling mighty good. Do you know what I used to say? I was single for 12 years. And I used to say, you have to fall in love with yourself before anybody else can love you. I used to wear a ring on my finger at one point, not because people were knocking down my door, but I was saying, I'm married to myself, man. I don't want anybody. I was single for 12 years. And a lot of that was because I had to work through my BS. I had to figure myself out. And once I kind of got myself feeling good, then, things changed. And I met my now husband. But this is showing, being surrounded by kind of a small paradise. This is saying fall in love with yourself. And then we have two cards saying that you're feeling kind of like you're holding your own. You're kind of feeling a little defensive, maybe. You're wanting to stay firm on your own ideas. These are both wands. We have the 9 and the 7. Wands is the suit of effort and growth. This is you protecting your growth. I'm not kidding, honey. This is looking like you are being asked to fall in love with yourself. And I'm telling you this, not the cards. This is me saying it. Once you do, that's when it'll happen, because you got to love yourself first. You got to get to know yourself, and you got to get to know yourself in that single state. I think I saw you said, 5 years you've been single? I thought I saw you say that.
I put it up on the screen for us. 5 years.
Oh, it's right there in front of my face. Well, how you like that? Yeah, I totally get it, CJ. Totally get it. And, but I'm not kidding you. I had bad dates in there, bad boyfriends. I had a year relationship. I ended up being with some dude who ended up being married. It was awful. So I had a bunch of shit in there. Sorry, I know Night Reader doesn't swear on the show. But anyway, I forgive my language, but it was terrible in terms of the crap I was trying to get through. But then once I said, you know what? I'm my own boyfriend. I don't care about any of you guys. And then once I believed that and sat there and worked on it with myself, everything popped. Everything changed. Yeah.
There you have it, CJ.
Yeah, you got advice too. I don't know if you wanted that, but I kind of went on a tangent.
Yeah. Oh, I do see you did change your picture. Look at that. And very, very nice.
Very nice, CJ.
So, yeah. All right. So thank you so much for your donation and your generosity. We do appreciate that.
Hey, Lori, but not Lori. Lori, but not that Lori. I love it.
Lori, but not that Lori. It's good to have you here. It is so nice to see you all. Don't forget, we're doing 90 minutes tonight. Things are going crazy. Oh, my goodness. 3 cards each. 2 readers. Oh, my.
Lisa.
Lisa, what's going on? How are you? Can you have a future reading for the whole Farrell family? Can we see what's coming up for you guys? Please.
Please, yes,
It has
yes.
2 nights of really great readings. Wednesday night's reading, Lenormand night, was just, it was all about how wonderful she was.
Aww.
It really was. It's what it came out to being. And then last night was about how strong she is and how strong she has to be, especially when, because her and Yvonne are like twins, just born in different years.
I see.
So when one is feeling a little down, the other one picks up the slack.
Well, that's the perfect relationship. Everybody you have each other's back.
That's it. They are the two. They're the two, I think, that are the strongest of the bunch. But you never know. Somebody else could pick it up if both of them are down, maybe. Anyhow, Lise, here's what I
Fairy Wren whispers. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw Fairy Wren is here. Hello, Fairy Wren.
Wren, how's things in Australia, my friend? Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw her.
It's really warm down there because she's in summertime. It's
summer. Boy.
As we're coming out of winter, she is coming out of summer. So it's still very warm. For her, it's like September. Nice. Anyhow, Lise, here's what I'm getting. I see where, most of the sisters are doing all right. Most of you guys are doing okay. And you're really feeling good about that. I just think that, you're always going to have an issue. There's always going to be an issue, at least, for the foreseeable future. As long as I can see into the future, thinking about things and getting feelings about the future, I see that there's going to always be an issue with somebody. But you have to find a way, right, to make yourself happy. Use your confidence, use your strength and courage. You've got it all. We already talked about that over the last 2 nights. Use all that, because that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you feel successful. It's going to give you that warmth, right? Like the warmth of those loving arms around you. That's what you want. That is absolutely what you want. You want to get that close relationship back, and I understand that. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take it's not going to just take regular healing, but it's going to take a lot of emotional healing for you and for, everybody else around you. The people around you are all going to have to heal emotionally before you can actually move on. And that includes everybody in the entire Farrell family. But I think, there is a time in the far off future that, there definitely could be things getting better, right? There could be happiness. There could be some kind of success in the relationship with, the people who have fallen out of the Farrell family at this point. And that's what I'm getting.
Look at this. You just mentioned somebody who'd fallen out of the Farrell family. Wow. Look at that artwork, huh? The cards are all symbolism, guys. So you always need to be looking at the artwork and seeing, like, what would it be representative of in your regular life. This 8 of Swords, this is talking about being trapped. This is talking about being imprisoned. This is talking about not being able to see the way out. But there is a way out. But this witch here, she won't stand up and walk right through. Look, she could fit right through there, no problem, if she would just take her blindfold off. So somebody's not seeing what to do. Somebody's not seeing how to stand up and take a stand and make their life, stand up for their life, kind of thing. Notice I have the sun in the middle, as did Night Reader. How cool is that? This is coming through strong, that means. So just to kind of piggyback off of Night Reader, this does tell me that we've got 3 people dancing around. I think that there is a time where happiness is going to be there, but I don't think you're all involved. I think somebody is being deceptive. We've got our 7 of Cups here. This is all about a smokescreen. Somebody is not telling you something. You are unable to see through the smokescreen. So I bet you these are connected. Maybe this person who is, for whatever reason, not able to communicate with you, reach out to you. Swords is the suit of communication. So this is somebody who feels like they can't talk to you. Here is the rest of you. I know you have what, 5 siblings? Is that right? Well, here's 3. Well, it doesn't have to literally be 3, but I do think that this is multiple. And the sun, again, like Night Reader explained, that's about happiness, that's optimism, that's, feeling good. One thing you have to remember, though, about the sun is you do not want to get involved in a burnout situation. The sun is hot. The sun is hot. Don't let yourself get burnt out. And you might be getting burnt out because you're dealing with this. You're dealing with this lack of communication and the deception of some kind that you're not able to see through. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about stress and anxiety the other day with the broom in Lenormand. The broom about fighting and hurt feelings and stress and sweeping things up.
Really? That would be watch for burnout.
Yeah.
The sun is hot.
Yep.
Watch for burnout. And, some of it you can't, hey, stuff happens. You can't not have stuff happen, but it's all how we deal with it, all how we look at it. And it's all who's there to support us too. So I can't stress that enough, how good a support system is.
Yeah. So that's what we got for you, Lise. It is good to have you here. Always.
Yes, indeed. Always.
So.
Oh, good. You said great reading. Wonderful. Oh, I love hearing that. Thank you.
All right. So, hey, Nima. Welcome. Welcome, Nima. Good to have you. Barb, it's nice to have you here. I just want to say thank you to all my moderators for helping out tonight, because I know
thank you.
It's tough to keep things in track.
I'm wondering if anybody's here from my channel. Do we have any MPT regulars here? I didn't see any. There's some crossover, I realize. Some of you, your audience, Night Reader, is also part of my audience. Jane J, I did see you, honey. Hello, how are you doing? I know that Jane J is a moderator over on my channel.
Yep.
But yeah, anybody else who's here from my show, make sure you say hi. Sometimes I don't see the chat. I'm so busy looking at the cards. Night Reader's way better at that. He's like, hello, everybody. Hello, you. Hello, you. And I'm just like, hey.
See, attention deficit disorder has its perks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, Maggie. Will I be with Virgo in a steady relationship or with another person? Ooh,
okay. Maggie, we're not going to use his initial anymore, huh? Every night she's been asking about the guy with the same initial, and the readings haven't been so great. They've been a little bit unfortunate. Sad. Yeah. All right, so Maggie, are you going to be in a steady relationship with a Virgo or somebody else? And I think right now you are you're frustrated because you're not getting the answers you want. You're not getting the feeling that you want about the Virgo. And, do you really, is that really the way you want to go? Right? Do you want to keep up with that frustration? Does it bother you? Are you just bored with this person? Because this is a long distance relationship, if I remember correctly, right? Not just long, but long distance. Yes. So, are you frustrated, or are you just bored that you're so far apart from each other? Because I do see where you could have fun. You could have a good time and, have celebrations and do fun things and have a great time if somebody was there with you. Now, is that leaning towards another person? Maybe it is. Maybe it kind of is. I think you're going to get a very clear idea of, what is the best thing for you, right? You have to see that there's a clear winner in this, right? Is it the Virgo, or is it someone else? And if the Virgo is making you feel this way and someone else is going to make you feel happy, then there's a clear choice. And I'm hoping the clear choice comes from that side of the screen.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I absolutely think it's going to be with another person. And I think this other person is going to be very into you and be approaching you. I'll explain. We have the star. The star is all about being recognized. Think of movie star, somebody who's being recognized. It also is the star of hope. So, it's saying hopeful things. I mean, look at her magic coming out of her fingers here and all these pastel colors and all these other things. This is all good things coming. It's being, you're like the magnet, people, someone is saying, ooh, I'm looking at Maggie, right? Well, you better be paying attention. We have our 8 of Pentacles. This is saying, pay attention to the details. Somebody's already got their eyes on you. This is the near future, unless we declare it as something else when we're asking the question. It is the near future, at least for me. And this is saying, pay attention. There's somebody around you right now, or just about to be around you, who is going to be very, very into you. And now here comes the good part. Ready? It's the Knight of Cups, the ooh la la card. If you watch my show, you know that I call the Knight of Cups the ooh la la. This is your favorite romantic movie star right here. So whoever that is, this is somebody who's charming, romantic, wants to come in and sweep you off your feet. Why do they want to sweep you off your feet? Because you're the star. Look at movie star, you're the star. Movie star, you're the star. Ooh, honey, you got somebody who's really thinking good things about you. I think somebody's got starry eyes. And if this isn't somebody right now, pay attention. They might be around and you haven't noticed. But if they're not here right now, hold tight. Be patient, because they're coming. They are coming. And he better be flying in on this little broom with bubbles coming out of his cup, because that's pretty cool.
Or else he'll be flying out with bubbles coming out of something else.
I'm here to pick you up for our date. And he's on his broom. Bubbles. Yay. Ooh, Maggie, that sounded good. Ooh, that one followed right in the line with night readers. I liked it. That was good. That was good.
Hold my bubbles, please.
Hold my bubbles. We're never going to look at buggles. I said buggles.
You won't see them either, the buggles. They're not around either. Video killed the radio star.
Video killed the radio star.
The very first video on MTV ever.
Was that the first one? Oh, wow. I thought it was Sting. Every breath you take.
Nope.
I thought that was the first one.
It was 1981. And it was the Buggles. Video killed the radio star. First music video ever on MTV. I am so full of useless knowledge.
Isn't that great, though? You'd be a great Trivial Pursuit player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to step away for just 1 second. I have 2 of my furry children bothering me to go out, and I'm home alone. So let me I'll be right back.
That's all right. All right. Now we can all talk about her, huh? No, just kidding. Oh, Freedom, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're healing, and I hope your mom is doing well. Yeah. Anya, and that's the other thing. I did your reading first because, of course, you donated before the show started even.
All right. Sorry about that.
Didn't get a chance to ask. I hope things are looking up a little bit better for your dad. So.
Oh, yeah.
And Maggie, you're very welcome. You are very welcome.
Yes, you are welcome.
Good to have you here. Hey, CM. The Freedom, yeah. Freedom is healing from surgery from a few weeks ago, and her mom is healing and doing rehabilitation in a hospital.
Oh, wow.
From a car accident.
Oh, no.
Which required surgery on her leg or legs. I think it was just one leg.
Oh, my. I'm so sorry.
Mom and her mom's boyfriend were in an accident. He was okay, but she was... Oh, you got the sun again. I got the 2 of Cups, so... All right, so... Here's what I'm getting for you. General, right? This is our general reading, Freedom. And I think you and your fiance, that you guys right there in the front, right? That emotional connection is just getting better and better all the time. And of course, the more you do for your mom and the more you were out there, I know you went to see her and stuff. I think that the 2 of you are actually getting closer while you're helping her, which seems to make sense to me. That makes sense to me. I think, you just have to watch. You don't want to jump into doing something real quick. I know you've been looking at places to live, right? You've been looking at places to live. You went and you had a showing the other night, and that was before the show. Don't just jump into it. Don't jump into some place that you want to move to because it's the very first place you see and it sounds really good and all that stuff, because there's always other places that may end up being better for you. I made that horrible mistake. The very first house I ever bought was the very first house I ever looked at, and I bought it and it was terrible. But that's the way it is, right? You don't jump in without a plan. If you've got it all planned out, you go for it and you don't worry about it, right? Because then you've got it all planned out, and that's a good thing. But if you don't have a plan, it's not going to work well. Things are not going to go good. But it's time for a new start, right? And that new start's going to be you moving. And there's absolutely a lot of new potential with that. And that's going to help you. Again, that's going to help bring this emotional connection just stronger and stronger and stronger. It's going to get it closer and closer. And so I just see optimism for you. I think you should be very optimistic. I think things look good for you personally. And that's what I'm getting. So what do you have?
Well, definitely. And even before you said, now I didn't know anything about a fiance or anything like that. And you said something about bringing you closer together. So before I even knew that, I'm sitting here looking at my 8 of Cups and the Sun. And that was literally what I was thinking. I was thinking, this is bringing, somebody close. You guys are getting together. I didn't realize you had a fiance, but I thought the things that you're going through with the surgery and your mom, it's bringing you closer. Now, at first I was thinking it might be your mother who you might be close with. But knowing that it is your fiance there as well, I can see that, this, as hard of a situation as it is, obviously, and it's stressful and, things like that, look at our 8 of Cups. She's just walking to find some more. Do you notice one of her cups is missing there? She's got 8, but there's a hole there. She wants one more. She's going to go off and find it. She's finding more reason to be emotionally satisfied. And where's she walking? Boom, she's walking right into the Sun. Now, we've talked about the Sun. I can't believe I keep getting the Sun. I shuffle, I swear to God. But my night reader said something about being optimistic. This is the optimism card. I don't know if you heard that reading earlier when I was talking about the Sun, but one thing that you do need to watch out for, you got to watch out for burnout. It sounds like you've got a lot going on with your healing journey, with worrying about your mother, and I'm sure just regular life stuff is in there too. So, watch out for burnout. Take some time to yourself. Take some time to dance in the sunflowers with your friends there, your family, whatever. But, and when Night Reader said you're looking for a house, the King of Wands, look what he's doing. He's trying to figure out where to go on that globe. Oh, my goodness. Now, I don't necessarily know that you're going to move across the globe, but wow, isn't that fitting? So the King of Wands, this is who we all should want to be. King of Wands has it going on. The King of Wands gets things done, always seems to land on his feet. Most often, our court cards are going to represent personality types. Not always, but most often. So this to me says you've got all the tools to make this happen with your move. And then as far as the emotional component, I think that you are looking for this is bringing you closer to somebody and you're looking for even more. So I think that's very positive. And here's your optimism, which Night Reader also picked up on. So that's pretty strong.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I hope that helped.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope things, continue to improve. That's all, right? Christina says, "Happy anniversary." You know what? I am glad to know you too, Christina.
Aw, that was so sweet.
Yeah. Yep. Christina's been here for a long time. She came in and she was moderating for me while we were doing the Facebook part of the show.
Oh boy, that's no fun. I am very anti-Facebook for this kind of thing. It is so crazy. There are some really great people on there, so don't get me wrong, but wow, Facebook was just a nightmare. I did it one time. I live streamed once and I'm like, nope.
Never again.
Never again. And I never did it again still to this day.
It is always nice to be your friend, Christina. So thank you. Selena, happy anniversary. Yes, thank you so much. Happy anniversary. It is good to have been here for a year. I am going to tell you guys, we're halfway through the show because we're doing a 90-minute show. I know, crazy. I am not going to do a show on Sunday evening. So since we have so many people here, you guys will all hear it. I will not be doing a show Sunday evening. That is the 1-year anniversary of my grandmother passing away. And we are going to try and get together as a family and spend some time together and all. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I will not be around Sunday night. But I will be here tomorrow and I will be back on Monday. And it's been a busy time for me, hasn't it? It's just like the fourth show I've had to cancel. And
so sorry about your grandma.
Yeah, that's where I'm living now in this cute little house. We looked at pictures yesterday. I took my drone up yesterday for the first time since I've been here, and I took pictures, and they all got to see how close to the ocean I live.
Oh wow, nice.
From 400 feet up in the air, I took pictures from my drone, and you can see the ocean because it's not that far. It's only about 3/4 of a mile or so. All right, so Selena, what do the next 3 months bring in for you and your boyfriend? I'm so glad you're asking about the two of you and making this one about you instead of someone else. Right? So I get the Queen of Wands. I think you and your boyfriend are really working hard on making each other feel good about the relationship. That's what I really feel. Like you guys, the Queen of Wands.
Reader, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I just have to stand up and let my dogs in. So I just wanted to let you know. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Or if I have to. No problem with that, right? I just think that the two of you are, the Queen of Wands, I always say, is the motivational speaker of tarot. And I think that's what's going on. There's somebody around you, around the two of you, who always brings you up, always makes you feel good about the relationship, always wants you to know, hey, you guys are great together. You guys are wonderful. And they tell you all the great things you want to know and you want to hear, because that's going to help you move forward. Now, are things at a point right now where you're doing different things independent of each other? Yeah, I think they are. I think the two of you are, no matter how good people are making you feel or how good you guys make each other feel about the relationship, I think you're working independently right now. And it's not bad. Oops, sorry. It's not bad. It's just, it's difficult, right? Because he's a very successful person. He is very dependable, and you know that. And you know that he has very good, realistic expectations about things. He doesn't expect crazy and wild stuff to go on. He just expects things to be realistic, and that's all he wants to know. So I do think that things are good for the two of you. I just think you're having a little bit of an issue going forward at this point of doing things too separately and not being able to get together. And that may be just because of work, or it may have to do with, something to that effect. Because the King of Pentacles is all about doing work and working, but he is successful at it. So you got to know where that line is, right? Do you want him to be successful at work? Do you want him to be with you? Or can you do things independent of each other and, still be happy together for the next few months? And that's what I get. So.
Well, I do see the happiness is there. Excuse me, that is there. We have our 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is the ultimate happy ending card. It talks about stability of the home, emotional kind of well-being. Look at our little witch family there, their kitty, and everybody's happy. So I do believe it's there for you. I do believe it's there for you. However, something is coming. Something is coming quickly. Something is going to be making a change. Now, Night Reader mentioned kind of balancing work and all those kinds of things. Well, you're not going to believe this. I've got the 2 of Pentacles. Literally what this guy is doing is balancing work. The Pentacles is the suit of work. He's balancing things. But what this says to me is coming up here pretty quickly, there is going to be some balance, and then you're going to be having your 10 of Cups moment. We did ask in the next 3 months when we were shuffling. That's how we asked the question in our mind. So this is a 3-month spread. So I'm not sure exactly when I think it, would happen, but being on the end, I would say within the 3 months, probably, toward the end of the 3 months. But I see that loving relationship and stability is there. It just, maybe you're not seeing it at this moment, but it's there for the taking. It's not that it's not realistic. But if something's changing quickly, there's something you should be bracing for. I'm not sure what that's going to be, if it's news from somebody, if it's some kind of change in circumstances. But whatever that change is, that is what's going to get the balance going. This can sometimes pop up for people who are living long distance. Like you mentioned, work was a thing for you. Pentacles is the suit of our physical world. So it's time, money, energy, home, health, all those things. The balance is the key, though, from this card. He's not only balancing it up here, he's balancing himself on there. And look we've got an infinity symbol. So things are going to stabilize for you over the next 3 months.
Awesome. Yeah, and Selena did say, yes, things are good, but we're right that he has been busy with work and trying to get the finance.
Boom! It's coming. The balance is coming.
See? She says, that is amazing.
Oh, you're welcome. I love to hear that.
Yep. It's always nice when we can kind of get it right.
Yeah, right.
As long as right is good.
Yeah, that's true. If it's not good, then I hope I'm wrong. Yes.
No, me too. Oh.
I always think, though, there's never a bad reading. Nothing is just not good. We learn even from crappy things. We learn something, Everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing. And a lesson and a blessing are both good. So, that's kind of how I
and a blessing. All right. There you go. See? A lesson and a blessing.
Oh, boy.
Nima, how are you? It's good to see you. It is nice to have you here. You would just like to have some general advice.
Ooh,
well, cards for that, do we?
Bartman, thank you so much. You went over and subscribed to my channel. Thank you.
Awesome, Bartman. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, if you guys are not subscribers to either one of us or one and not the other, please make sure you are able to subscribe to both of us. Get those notifications. You'll get to see all the different things that are going on. I'm here every single night, usually, except Sunday this week. Every single night at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time. And MBT she's got videos out every single day, at least one a day, and sometimes more than one. And we've got some another project that we're working on. So
yes, lots of good stuff coming up. Lots of good stuff.
More to come on that. That's for sure. So yeah, get those notifications. Make sure. Oh, there you go. That's some general advice. Maybe I'll just read your cards.
Yeah.
Which are so much nicer than mine. All right. So mine doesn't start off the best. Mine just, you know what it is? Mine's giving me a little bit of backstory, Nima. That's what it's doing. It's telling me that in the past, you may have had a relationship or two that just didn't go well because somebody was not completely honest with you. They kind of did things around behind your back, and that made the two of you fall out, right? That completely took the relationship in a bad, turned in a bad way. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. Turning in a bad way. However, I think you are energetic and friendly and charismatic, and you can draw people in for sure. And I think that's what you're going to be able to do. I really think that's where things are going, right? You being charismatic, drawing people in, using your honesty, using your compassion, because that's going to be something that people are looking for. Someone is going to look for that. And that's exactly what you want. The Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you need to look back at the bad things, at the things that have happened in the past, good or bad. I shouldn't just say bad things, but good or bad. And see what's worked, right? Assess the journey. See what has worked, see what doesn't work, and get rid of the junk that doesn't work, right? If it doesn't work, who cares? Then don't do it anymore. Doesn't that make sense? If it works and it worked for you in the past, well then, work that into something new or with someone new. And again, use that charisma and charm to bring somebody in that's really going to be a good match for you and not this kind of sneaky person. So what do you
Are you single, Nima? Are you single? I'm wondering if you're single, and I'll tell you why. Because guess what? We've got the ooh la la card. Knight of Cups means somebody's coming in a romantic sort of way. Our Knight of Cups is moving quickly. He also has a cup full of bubbles. What more could you want? This is somebody, again, who's got like charm and charisma and just very romantic. You're single. Okay. Somebody's coming, honey. Somebody is coming. So I think, this is going to be someone coming in more of that romantic sense. You know how it is when you first start dating somebody. And, this person's going to be, 5 stars for you. It's just they're really going to be into you. But the thing is about this person, once, things kind of calm down after you get that initial, stars in your eyes and everything like that, I think you're going to find that this is somebody who is very much a stable, kind of smart, self-sufficient type of person. This is somebody here who is a very good with business, very successful. I think at first you're just going to be like, hey, man, I'm into you. You're awesome, and I'm attracted to you, or let's have some fun, or, whatever. But then you're going to see, wow, you really are, you got your stuff going on. You got your stuff together. I'm trying not to swear, Night Reader.
Okay.
Trying not to. I'm trying hard. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, yes, because our king, of Pentacles, this is somebody who is very stable. And look at him. Look at our king. Remember what I said, guys. The cards are symbolism. And here this king is sitting on his throne, and he's sitting there so stable that the plants are growing up and the vines are growing on his leg and stuff like that. So this is somebody, while again, sweep you off your feet, fun and exciting and ooh la la, this is actually somebody who is very stable. And this is going to be bringing you to a point of feeling like you have some real balance. This is the Temperance card. This is all about letting old resentments go. So when Night Reader talked about perhaps a bad relationship that's kind of hanging around in your mind, or, whatever, this card literally says, let old things go. Let it go, accept what can't be changed, and there you'll find your balance. It's not going to hurt, too, that you got an ooh la la person around. That'll certainly help you feel balanced, but everything looks like it's, and again, you asked for general, but it's really popping up love. So, that must be the strongest thing going on around you right now. Strongest energy, I mean.
Yeah. Yep. It sounds like her dream person.
Yes, I'm telling you, Nima, if he shows up and does not have a bubble cup, then you just tell him to get out of there.
That's right. He's not blowing bubbles.
You don't have your bubble cup? I don't think so. Changed my mind.
That's not happening. Oh, good night, Maggie. I'm sorry, Anya. Good night, Anya.
Anya, good night.
She's in England, so it's
oh, wow, yeah.
Midnight there.
Oh my. It's 6 o'clock here by me. It's 7 o'clock by Night Reader.
Yeah.
I'm an hour behind Night Reader. I'm in the Midwest.
It's midnight.
Night Reader's in the East Coast.
In the UK and Scotland and Ireland and those places. It is midnight. Oh, let's see. Let us see where else we got going. So a lot of stuff dropped off the top. So if you guys were up there at the top and your question is gone, well then, yeah, you do want to repost it if you can. If you want to.
Well, and don't forget, guys, if you want to guarantee and go first and, make sure that you are definitely getting a reading, you do have that option to donate. But the only thing is, if you do donate, please write donated in the chat. It's hard to kind of keep it all organized with two of us here and all that.
Yes, that is absolutely true. If you want to donate, donation information scrolls across the bottom of the screen. It's also in the show description.
Maggie says it's 1:02 a.m. in Germany. Oh my goodness. It's 6 p.m. So you're an hour ahead of us, not an hour behind us. That sounds probably like I am completely a toddler, not understanding.
Maggie is an hour later than England and Ireland
and they're later than us. So we're behind you.
Okay. Later than them. Yeah, they're at midnight. England, Ireland, Scotland, all that coastal stuff is midnight, and then Germany, which is in a little further, is 1 o'clock a.m. And that would go along with Greece and South Africa.
Listen to him. Listen to this guy over there. He knows it all. I'm lucky I know what time it is at my house. So there you go.
I know. It's tough, isn't it? It's not easy. I try to keep up, figure out where people are, so this way I know. I have a list.
Wow.
I showed you my list of all the countries and all the states that I've spoken to people.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So
how cool is that? You're international.
International. Yeah. We had them all. Had a lot of countries I would never believe, but hey, it's great. So how about an updated read on your new work team that started back in January? So yeah, your team is getting along wonderfully. Absolutely wonderfully. Things are going well. It almost, and I hope this is true. I say this and I really do hope it's true. It almost feels like family. It feels like you guys have really gelled to a point where if it's not just a really close friends working together, it almost feels like family. And I think, you are, you know what you've worked on, and you know that in the last 2 months you've accomplished a lot of different things, right? There's been a lot of things you've been able to do in just a short 2-month period, and those things have been big and good accomplishments. So yeah, are you optimistic about it? Absolutely. Has there been a lot of new potential? Yes, there's been a lot of new potential with you and this group, because you are on this new work adventure, really. And it feels just like that. It feels like an adventure, but it feels like an adventure with really old friends, right? Or again, family members. So what do you get?
Well, piggybacking off of him, because again, I think this is sort of a continuation, because of where am I? I'm like pointing to things that aren't there. And I'll tell you why, because I do think, while yes, you are getting along and it does seem like family, I think you hear the tarot is asking you to be very aware of what's going on, because I think that two of the people who you are connected to at work, are potentially going to be having some hurt feelings. We have our King of Cups. This guy, this king, he hates to be criticized. He sits back, he's quiet, and he has his feelings hurt pretty easily. And when I say he, I'm using the generic he, there is no gender. So if this is a woman, a man, but anyway, this king does not like to get his feelings hurt. And so therefore he kind of sits back, therefore not getting his feelings hurt. Come on this side, we've got our Page of Cups. We got the king, we got the page. This page, the same thing, not so much about criticism, but this is somebody who just kind of is feeling maybe a little left out. Somebody's worried, that maybe their ideas aren't good enough. Maybe somebody said something that just, they took it the wrong way, that kind of a thing. And then someone else is feeling a little left out. This person, maybe it's because they're a little bit more of an introvert. This is somebody who typically is more involved in like creative endeavors and things like that, who appreciates like the finer things, that kind of a person. So I don't know if one of your workmates, might describe one or not, but that's typically what he's about. But again, it's about feeling a little bit left out. Now here, this is where I said that you are going to be asked to potentially keep the balance here. This isn't like a horrible thing. I didn't see like, oh my God, geez, it's over. No, I didn't see that at all. But I do think, we want to catch this before it does kind of steamroll and get out of control. So the Justice card is here, and this is your reading. So I think this is for you. This is why the Justice card popped up. It is saying, in order to keep that balance, that you're going to need to kind of be very impartial. It might be that two people, this person in particular is feeling like somebody said something or somebody did something or they didn't like my ideas. You have to also remain impartial because these two people are emotionally charged about something. But in order to keep that family unit that you've developed with your friends, or I mean with your coworkers, you might have to go in there and use that impartial kind of guidance. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lori, thank you for your question. Thank you so much for your
Help.
donation and your generosity. Absolutely. We do appreciate that. So, Barb also donated. So, I'm looking for,
thank you.
because it could be almost anywhere by now. The chat has gone crazy. Yeah, Lori, but not that Lori. We do appreciate it. We do. And don't forget, we're talking about how there's maybe people who are not happy with the way things are going, or they're not feel like they're not getting heard or something like that. Well, that could be family. When I'm saying, when I'm telling you, oh yeah, maybe things seem like family. Well, not all families get along all that great. So
That's true. And that's what I was meaning when I said, oh, I don't see something terrible happening or somebody's just not, but just, you know how that is. We've all done it. Like where we're feeling like, oh man, or, we've had a moment where our feelings got hurt and maybe nobody intended it, or, nobody even realizes that our feelings were hurt, that kind of a thing. But I don't think it's like deal breaker stuff,
Yeah, good. Barb, I don't see your question. It's either dropped off or I just can't see it fast enough to find it. I swear I'm looking, though. I am looking. I saw that one. It has come a long way since you've been watching the show, that's for sure. Oh, how true. The show has changed many times, many different dates and hours, and I can't find your question, though. I cannot find it. Darn. So post it up again for me, Barb. If you would, I would appreciate that. Because we are... Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go. You did repost it. Thanks. What new is coming your way? Yeah, so Lori says she tends to notice things like that quickly and remedies the situation.
Ah, well, that's good. Then that's why you're being asked to be the justice card then.
That's why you're the leader.
Oh, boy, yes.
Team. Because somebody has recognized that you are, not going to let that stuff fly. All right, Barb. So what's new coming your way? Barb, what's new? Well, you and I, MPT, I think we read the Eight of Cups completely different.
Oh, really?
I think so. I do think so. I heard you read it before, and I'm like, I don't ever say it that way.
Well, that's why it's cool to get two different readers, different interpretation, but also different intuition,
Yep. So, Barb, I think what's coming your way is just more of the same, unfortunately. Again, you have to defend yourself. You're always a bit on the defensive because of bad things, bad relationships in the past. So you're always a bit on the defensive, especially when you're looking for something good to come your way. And that's what you want, right? And I do see that there is happiness. There's happiness out there. It's right there close to you. It's not, it's not like it's far, far away. You don't have to ride real fast to get to it. But there is happiness. There is something coming that's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel warm. And I think that's going to make you happy. But you always have to remember, even in the back of your mind, even if it's there just a little bit, it's time to get rid of all that old baggage that you had, right? What do I always say about the Eight of Cups, right? You get rid of everything that is bad from the past. You leave it, you get rid of it out of this room, you clean out the closet, you walk out the door, you shut the door, and you never go back. And that's really the way that I think, you will continue with your confidence building and your growth and all the great things that have been going on in your life. And I think that's going to help you move into a very good and very happy state of mind. And that's going to move you into, I think, a relationship at some point. So,
well, this side is some real good advice then for that. I think what's happening, honey, you're looking, you ever heard that song? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love with too many places. What is it? Too many faces? Well, anyway, I'm seeing that, you know what? here, well, let's just start from the left. We've got our Justice card again. I swear to God, you guys, I shuffle. I don't know what's up with that. These are coming through strong. That means the Justice card, it talks about getting what you are owed. You're talking about fairness. So if you have, excuse me, if you have a relationship in the past where you felt like you were wronged, like you felt like you got the short end of the stick, somehow, you know, that wasn't fair. Obviously, it wasn't fair. But that is, I think, kind of tainting you as you look forward. As you're going out there and looking for somebody new or something new, it doesn't even have to be a person. I think you keep doing things the same way. And you know, I'm not saying the way you did them was terrible or bad or wrong. I'm not at all trying to be critical, but it's the result. And if what you're doing gets a bad result or a result that you don't like, well, then it's time to change what you're doing. Do you see? So I'm thinking that this card and this one are both telling me that you're kind of looking at things the way you used to. You need to kind of start looking at things differently. Our Chariot is talking about moving forward. And in this deck in particular, I love the artwork. She doesn't know where to go. It says this way, that way, this way, that way. She doesn't know which way to go. And again, I think your MO is to go to your set point. Like, what do you always do? What do you always look for? Who, you know, how do you always proceed? And not to say that you should throw it all away, everything you've done and learned, because this card is also saying that you can have success if you're just going to take what you've learned and put it into action. If you're just going to go on autopilot, this is not going to end in any different way than it has already ended. Do you see what I mean? So this is saying, don't be on autopilot. Kind of look and see what you've done in the past. Take what works and throw away what doesn't work, and kind of shake it up. I mean, you can't keep, like, what's that saying? What is it? The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and expecting a different result, or something like that. Now, I'm not at all trying to be harsh. I'm just using extreme examples, but do you see what I mean, though, about changing what you're thinking and potentially looking at it differently, trying a new plan of attack, a new method of thinking about it at the very least, if not acting on it? You know, at least you got to change the way you think about it, it looks like.
Awesome. That's what you got, Barb. So I think things are going good. I think you're looking good. I just think, you know, it's just a matter of moving in the right directions. That's what I get.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely.
I hope that helped, Barb.
Yeah. Thank you for your donation, Barb. I do appreciate it. And of course, I always do appreciate all of your moderating help.
Nice.
Oh, let's see. Hello. Bilama. I hope I pronounced that right. Or I just maybe said some really bad word.
That was funny.
Don't worry about that. You know, if you pronounce things, two words could look very similar, but if you pronounce them differently, they could mean wrong.
Didn't you ever hear, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but there was somebody who got a tattoo, an American, and it's of a Chinese or a Japanese kanji, you know, and it's a little, you know, symbol, and this means strength or something, he says, and it was Chinese. It was Chinese. He said, this means strength. And this Chinese guy said, nope, that means chicken. Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah, now it's on you forever.
It's so true, though.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
That's funny. So, when will your Uncle M get into a steady relationship? Freedom says her reading was awesome and very true.
Good. Oh, I love it. Good.
We always like to hear that. All right. So, when will your Uncle M be in a steady relationship? I think he's had some issues. Again, you know, you'll notice that my readings, my personal readings, when I do, especially when I do every night, it just seems like my first card is always a recap of people's lives. from the
Neat.
past. It
That
really is.
says a lot. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know why. It always just seems like it has to do with something that's happened before. And I think in this case, I think your uncle has gone through a bad relationship. Again, a bad relationship where somebody betrayed him. Somebody lied to him and somebody made him feel really bad. And now he's been off the market, right? Or out of touch from dating because of that. That's been a real issue for him. But I believe he's taken the time now. He's got his confidence back. He feels powerful again. And now it's time for him to take the initiative to move into a relationship, right? Start off with a friendship. Yeah, friendship before relationship. That way in the dictionary. And keep that in mind. But he's ready to take the initiative to move in that direction because he's going to do really well at it. He's really going to do well when he has this relationship. Now, he doesn't want to let it be an illusion to him. He doesn't want to feel like, okay, well, this is not, it's not real. This can't be real, right? Good things don't happen to me. Well, they do. They will happen to him. And, he has to get past his fear and his sadness and realize that things are going to be good. Things are going to be just all right. As long, they're going to work out fine. Just use some of his creativity.
Yeah, and not only are they going to be fine, I think somebody awesome is coming in. So I do think there is somebody there. Here's our Queen of Wands. She is part of the power couple. Our Queen of Wands, she is very much, she's a very stable person. She's very successful. She's got friends, so she's got the social component, she's got the financial component, the family component. She is just everything. This would be, everybody would want to be this queen. Now remember what I said too, this is gender neutral. Typically queens, while obviously she's a girl, it could be a man and a king could be a woman, but it just means that the kings have a little bit more of a masculine energy, whereas the queens have a little bit more of a feminine. We all have both, so there you go. Just to clear that up. But this, I do believe, is the person that he's going to meet because of the way we phrase the question. I think he's going to meet her, and I think it's going to be relatively soon. This is my near future spread, and it is on the first card of the spread. So that to me says it should be sooner. And following along with what Night Reader said, sounds like he's making the initiative here coming up, which is going to work well, because right after that we have the World. Again, we have the World. The World and the Sun keep popping up. Anyway, this card is talking about, wishes fulfilled. This is the wishes card. But one other thing that this card is especially good for, this pops up, is for long-term relationships. And I'm not even kidding you. It's exactly what it's for. So I do think something is coming here with our Four of Pentacles at the end of the spread. This is some advice. This is saying, your uncle needs to be careful not to come off too needy. This person, I think, is going to be somebody he's very fond of and very much hoping to create something with. But if he's been looking for a long time, or if he's had some bad relationships in the past, he might have the tendency to either A, be kind of clingy or needy, wanting this, and that's a no bueno. That's no good. Or, he might even feel like, I've been hurt before, I have to withhold my feelings. So your uncle needs to have that happy medium, that balance, not being too needy, but also not being too withdrawn or not sharing or, not being forthcoming. So this is more of an advice card to watch either extreme, holding back too much or coming on too strong. There has to be a balance. But I think that somebody's coming in, and I think they're coming in relatively quickly here for sure. And again, we got long-term relationship with the World. So that says that this is going to be somebody of significance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate your question and being here.
Yeah.
If you're new, and I think you are new, please click that subscribe button. Make sure you get your notifications. And thank you for being part of the anniversary extravaganza.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. Hello, little light. How are you? I hope you are well. Why is it the people in your environment are being distant toward you? Now, who would want to do that?
Yeah.
Not the little light I know. Well, they want to be distant towards you because they want to be like you. They want to be like you. I have all court cards again. Yes, I got the Queen of Pentacles. I think, you show them that you can plan things. You show them that you can. You're welcome, Barb. You show them that you are very organized, and maybe they're not. You're generous. Maybe they're not. You're nurturing. Guess what? Maybe they're not. Keep those things in mind. But remember, you can't rush into stuff. You don't want to rush into making judgments about how people are actually feeling about you without knowing what their situations are. Maybe, just maybe, they have their own things going on, and it seems like they're being distant, and that's not really their intention, right? It happens. I know it happens. It happens for me personally all the time, and but I just think you are somebody who is very excitable. You're always ready to go, right? You are a people person. You like to be adventurous. You like to be creative, and you like to be on the move all the time. And when these people don't really know you, and they don't know how you are, maybe it's just coming off as distant. I don't know that they're really being that way, or they mean to be. I shouldn't say that they're not, because apparently they are, and especially to you thinking it. But maybe they don't mean to be that way. Does that make sense to you, little light? What do you got?
Well, I think that they are. Well, I have a question for you actually first. Do you kind of feel like are you giving a lot of advice to your friends? Are you kind of telling people what you think about things and their situations? The reason I ask, we have got the Empress. The Empress often pops up when people are being a little over involved in other people's lives. So I don't know if that sounds like it pertains to the situation right now, but being over involved in people's lives. And then here, our Five of Swords talks about, having inexperienced advice, so maybe you've given some advice that just didn't go over well. Maybe the person who you gave the advice to is inexperienced and just didn't know quite how to handle it or to do this. It sounds like, there is somebody that you either gave advice for, or that you kind of tried to, help somebody in some way, but they might not have taken it that way. Maybe they felt like you were being a know-it-all. Maybe they felt like, you're doing something like that. Now, I do agree here with Night Reader about people wanting to be like you. It seems, now we've got our Eight of Cups again, and I always point out there's a missing cup there. They're feeling like they don't have something that you have. As much as it might have rubbed them the wrong way about some kind of advice that was given, you know what? Maybe you gave great advice, but they weren't ready to hear it, so they didn't like it, So I'm not saying you give bad advice. I'm not saying any of that. But in their mind, they're like, this didn't, it felt more like know-it-allism or, stuff like that. Whereas, but I do think that they do want to be like you. They have this friendly nature. You have this friendly nature and all these things that they're just feeling like they don't have. So that friendly nature is probably where you're kind of feeling like you might be helping others and involved in others, which could have been perceived, incorrectly, maybe correctly. I don't know, but it might have just been perceived wrong. But I do get the sense that feeling like you're kind of sticking your nose in.
Yeah, That's what you got, little light. She says most of the time they don't even know me, so they don't talk. She doesn't talk.
So they don't even talk. Pull another one. Let's pull another one. I'm going to pull another one. I didn't mean to tell you what to do. You say you don't even talk. All right. Well, then that can't be a caring nature. We need another one. I
got the ultimate card of somebody being distant and cold and emotionally detached from everybody and everything.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. We got the same card. All right.
Do that again. Tried.
Maybe you're right, Night Reader. Then, maybe in terms of what I have over here, that could mean too that, again, I'm still getting that know-it-allism. They feel like maybe you are a know-it-all, or that you are potentially standoffish and, very blunt and those kinds of things. I'm sticking with that, though. I feel like, if you don't know them well, then clearly they're incorrect. So they're giving you that, they're assigning that to you when you don't deserve it and you haven't even done anything to warrant it. But for whatever reason, that's what they're saying. Night Reader, I can't even believe we got the same card. I can't even believe it.
That is amazing.
That's a strong message, little light. Yeah. Oh my God.
Like I say, this is the Ice Queen.
Definitely.
The cold. Get away from me. I am on my own.
Yes.
Yep.
And that could lend itself to what I said about know-it-allism or being over-involved in, and again, that could be just like a know-it-all. It doesn't mean that you're over to people's houses and making their beds for them. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like, over-involved. Yeah. Ooh, little light. What do you think?
All right.
Yeah, Fairy Wren Rissers. Oh my, that's right. Oh my. We got the Queen of Swords twice.
Mm-hmm. How does that happen? I
know, right? Well, it's because it was strong. It had to come through. That's why it had to come through.
Definitely. We'll do one more freebie. If you guys want to guarantee a reading, you got to donate now, because this is our last free reading for the night. We did do 90 minutes. We are passing that 90-minute mark now. So we've been here a long, nice long time for you all. Try to get as many questions in as we could. As always, we will still continue to do donations. But yeah, this is our last free reading for the big anniversary extravaganza. Again, this was a 90-minute show, and we are at that 90-minute mark. So, Virgo Queen, will you and your boyfriend find out you're pregnant this year? Well, your boyfriend won't find out he's pregnant, that's for sure.
And we'll all know, because it'll be on the news, and it'll be
that we would know for sure.
Boyfriend becomes pregnant. What?
All right. So I think things are changing for you, right? They're changing for you. They're changing for you. Maybe they're changing for your relationship. Maybe they're changing in, a lot of different things. You feel very overprotective. You feel almost defiant. Like, you know what? I am going to get pregnant no matter what. I don't care what it takes. You lay there and don't move. For 2 months. No work, no nothing.
Just Netflix and chill, Night Reader. Woo!
Not even Netflix. We're not even.
Oh my goodness.
You just don't get up. Don't move. I'm pregnant. Darn it. I don't care how anxious you are. I don't care how many sleepless nights we have. I don't care how much regret you have about saying it's okay with you. It's happening. I'm going to make it happen because I am being very defiant.
That was hilarious. Oh my God.
Yes, I never talk like this.
I'm such a bad influence.
It was all the way up till I figured out what Netflix, until you guys told me what Netflix and chill meant.
That was hilarious, you guys. If you were there, you would have died. It was so funny. Some of you might have been there. Oh my God. It's probably not as funny to tell the story as it was to be there, but Night Reader did not know what Netflix and chill meant, and he used the phrase Netflix and chill in a very innocent PG way, watching movies and relaxing, and he was like, you guys should just have Netflix and chill. And the person was like, what?
I used to say it all the time.
Oh, it's so funny.
Well, maybe you're a bit of an introvert. Maybe you like to stay home, right? You like to watch movies on Netflix and kind of chill.
Stay home, Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm like,
I was moderating. Yeah, and I was like, no, that's not what that means.
she's typing it on the chat. She's texting me.
It's not what it means.
I'm like,
yeah. Oh, Fairy Wren is with you, Night Reader. She doesn't know what it means either. She said.
I didn't either. And I'm not explaining it.
Well, it's a get together between two consenting adults.
Yeah.
You like how I said it?
Getting together and
right. It's like, let's hang out and watch Netflix and relax. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a hookup. It's a hangout.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Nexus, you too. Now you know.
Now you know. Everybody knows Netflix and chill. And Night Reader, don't you feel better that you didn't not the only one?
I am so glad I wasn't the only one.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
I'm the only one who used it daily incorrectly.
Well, and it was more funny because you got so embarrassed about it. It was hilarious. Oh my God.
I do. So anyhow, that's what I'm getting for you, Virgo Queen. I think you feel like you are going to do this no matter what. And I think, the changes that are coming to you are really putting you at a turning point, right? And that's where you're at. You want to have this happen no matter what. And no matter whether he wants to or not, at this point, you are going to do it. You're determined.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
Well, I'm going to go with, I'll explain what I've got, of course, but I'm just going to right off the bat go with a yes. This year, I definitely think it's going to be toward the latter part of the year. And I think you might have some disappointments before then. I think there might be a time where you think you're pregnant and you're excited. And, I'm not talking, some kind of huge ordeal, but just the letdown of then, you get your monthly friend and you're like, oh man, that kind of a thing. The reason I say that is we have our Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is all about focusing on what's in front of you, but not, look at this little boy, he's handing him another cup, but he's not even looking because he's too busy looking at these cups, right? So this is the disappointment, feeling like, oh, it's just not happening, or, oh, I really hoped I was going to be this month, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, it's coming. It's coming. Look at our little boy there handing it. And if we're too stressed out, too focused on what's not happening, guess what you're going to be doing? You're putting up a roadblock. Haven't you ever heard of the couple that is trying to get pregnant and trying, and they never get pregnant, so they go ahead and adopt, which is wonderful. They go ahead and adopt, though, and within a year, they're pregnant. And, well, gee, what happened? Well, you know what happened? They stopped worrying about it because they adopted a child. Now they're not thinking about, am I pregnant? Because they stopped worrying about it. Then everything gelled, everything clicked, everything went. So that's what this card reminds me of right away. Here, this is why I said I do think so. Near the end of the year or latter part of the year, like the second half of the year, maybe. We have our Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about building a foundation. It's about, I always think about a house. Now, I'm not in construction, so I don't know how to build a house. But when I think of it in my rudimentary way, it's, you lay the foundation, and then you build the first story, then you build the second story. Well, this is the foundation card. So this is about building that foundation. So I do think it's coming. I think you might have a moment of disappointment. Again, it might just be simply, oh, I got my period, and be done. But I definitely do think, though, that it is coming. Sorry, I almost said sorry, Netflix. Sorry, Night Reader. I called you Netflix, but I said the female menses. There we go. How's that better? That's worse. I think that's worse.
Aunt Flo.
Why didn't I say that? Oh man, I'm not slick. Well, I hope that helps, Virgo Queen. I do think it'll be closer to the end of the year, and you might find yourself really focusing on when it's not happening. And that card was there to tell you not to do that, hon.
Yeah, that's what I get. That's what we get for you, Virgo Queen. So good luck. Hope that works for you, and I hope everything works out okay. Sarah Smith gave us a big
flow.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Sarah. I do appreciate it. So that was our last free reading. I do not see any other donations. So we did an hour and
we did 90 minutes of back to back, and we had so much fun, and we got to tell you all of our goofy stories and laugh. So this was a lot of fun, you guys. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Night Reader, for having me on, and a huge, huge, huge happy anniversary to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate everybody who was here, everybody who took part in the anniversary show this evening. And thank you, MPT, for being here and doing the collaboration, because it's always fun. It's always a good time. It's always a lot of laughs.
We like to see how many times we can make Night Reader blush. Because even though you can't see his face, you can kind of hear it in his voice.
Yep. My ears are so red.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
But yeah, it is really good to have everybody here, and I do appreciate everybody who came out. So thank you. Make sure you guys subscribe to me, to Modern Priscilla Tarot, so that it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out immensely.
Oh, so much.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for all the times you guys have been here over the past year, right? Some have been here since almost the beginning, and some are fairly new subscribers, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because you're all part of the Night Reader Tarot family of friends, and I do appreciate you all. So I will be back again tomorrow night with another episode of Tarot Nights, our good old regular Tarot Nights, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you all tomorrow evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night.